Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the podcast on the KPOD network. Thank you. Just doing a quick one. We haven't done tutorials or stuff like that in a long time, so I'm in SPICE, so thought, sure, let's go ahead and kick one out. Now, this video is specifically aimed at people who are not quite sure how to stake it. Now, this is a real degen community, so I'm going to assume everybody knows, but for the one person who may not, but does want to actually earn on their SPICE while they're holding it, we'll go ahead and show you how. So currently, SPICE going through some. If you're in the community, you're familiar with it. It's in consolidation phase. So a lot of the early people are bombing out. Other people that are in his for a while are kind of scooping it up. It's kind of holding it's kind of holding it cross. So I'm not real concerned about this. But what do you do while you're waiting? So that's where this comes in. So I assume you already know how to buy SPICE. If you don't know how to buy SPICE, you can come right over here. This is on Osmosis Trade, whatever you want for SPICE. So if you wanted to buy $10 worth of SPICE, then you could simply come over here to Osmosis, do that, hit the button. You guys got to give me a second. I'm behind a ledger. If you're not behind a ledger, you should be behind a ledger. If you haven't gotten bitten yet, give it enough time and people are kind of starting to figure it out. But if you got that little bit of magic right there, knock yourselves out. If you can get it, go for it, man. You'd be kind of cracking everything. So there you go. You just made it. You just bought some SPICE. Now what to do with it? So you can come over here to pools, and there's a couple different ways you can do this. Now, coming down here to the search bar, just type in SPICE, and you're going to see two different pools. Now, this is a supercharged pool, a V3. That one is right there with the little blue and the lightning bolt. So that's one way to do it. And you know what? I already have one of them open, but we'll open up a fresh one just so, we'll add to the position so that you guys understand how to do this. So you can create a position, you can add to your position. We're just going to go ahead and do it this way. Now I'm going to increase my liquidity, and I pick wideband on this because the token is so there's so much going on. It's so active. So I want to make sure that I can stay in range as long as I can. I'm giving up some of the APR to actually keep it in range. That's fine. That's my way. If you want the max and you go for the smallest range possible, you're going to get the maximum return on that. But like I said, I want to stay in there, so let's go ahead and keep it in there. So let's just take the base, the $10 or I'm sorry, I put that up there. How much is that? About so it'd be about 800 SPICE. That's the 1,000 that we bought. It's gonna, or the that's $10 that we bought. It's gonna pair up with $3 or $10 worth of a cash. And that is it. So once we go down, we add more liquidity. We come through, we approve the transaction. You're paying fractions of pennies over there on Osmo. And again, I know you guys all know this stuff, but that's the way I do the videos, so you have to excuse me. So that's pushing in additional money into that single position. I think it's a good mid-range for it right now, and we'll be able to work that out. Now, when you come in back over here, say you were on your portfolio or something, how do I collect the rewards? Then you're going to come back over here, you're going to click the pools, and it's going to show up right there for you. Now, it harvests every time you add or subtract liquidity in this pool, and you can pull it anytime you want. Anytime you do that, though, it's going to harvest. So that collect rewards button is not lit up. Now, you're going to be paid out in this in a cash and SPICE. You're going to be getting both pairs, both sides of the pairing. That's what you're going to get paid out in. So it's going to be based on the APR. It's going to be based on how many people are using it, how active that pool is, and so forth. So keep that in mind. Sometimes it'll be more, sometimes it'll be less, sometimes it'll be none, and sometimes you'll be completely out of range. Welcome to the world of V3. Now, the other pool up here is just the generic pool. Now, this is just SPICE paired with the cash. And honestly, that's kind of what makes this whole thing work is that right there. APR is extremely high. And the reason is because you can see the liquidity in the pool and you can see the volume. This thing is getting churned. So it's a little bit different when you're jumping into these pools, but let's go ahead and show you how anyway. So we're going to be adding liquidity here. What do we got? Sure, we'll put in 25 and it'll autofill either side of it. So we'll go ahead and put in $25 or 25 of cash, $86, $82 or $82 and $82. We'll go ahead and add in the liquidity. And This is how long it's been since I've actually used one of these pools over here because it's a little rough. Just straight LPing in the old days with the big brutal lockups in these LPs, man, it just was not working. But once you put it in, I assume you're going to have to, or I don't know, but okay, they did clear that out. That is how long I've been. So you can go ahead and remove the liquidity. There's no unbonding period, so just go ahead and leave it in. If I'm wrong on that, please mention it in the comments. I'll put out a retraction tonight on the live stream. But it seems to be that they'll go ahead and let you pull it out, and there you go. So this one is going to be paid is also going to be paid based on the APR. That means the churn that you get for this thing. So there's a percentage that goes in. That goes in for everybody who's using the LP. You got to pay for it. You're going to have to pay a VIG to swap the token. The VIG gets up there, added in, and it gets paid out to liquidity providers. And that's just the nature of DeFi in general. So that's it. That's how you stake it. So you can buy it, you can stake it, or you can LP it. Buy the token, you can LP it, you can do it a standard pool, you can do it in a hyper concentrated liquidity pool. You can go either way. So that's it, step by step. If you're holding and you're long, you might as well put it to work. That's it. Now, the interesting part on this, and that's the flywheel that they're all talking about, as a cash goes up in value, and a cash has been having one hell of a good run right now. But as the cash goes up in value, these pools have to keep everything balanced. So as a cash goes up in value, it slowly gets liquidated and it becomes SPICE. As SPICE goes up in value, it slowly gets liquidated and it becomes a cash. So over a long enough time frame on this, if SPICE continues to accelerate, if it continues to get traction and it outpaces a cash, then eventually all of your SPICE over time will become a cash, which is not a terrible, terrible thing. That's just what I wanted to point out. So if you have an overabundance of SPICE, but you still trust in that particular token, then there you go. Go ahead, put it in, let it become a cash, and you don't really have a downside on that one. Now, if it bombs off, that's the kicker, man. If SPICE bombs off, then it is going to slowly liquidate the cash to become the SPICE to keep the pool balanced. It's the nature of LPs. And if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns about that, please hit me up. We'll be live tonight. Ask them right there. Let me tell you, and we'll have that conversation live. Anyway, that's it. Questions, comments, ScottThePodcast.com. Answer any and all. And until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money, guys. Cheers.